why the Buffalo Bills are definitely going to be eyeing up a wide receiver free agent. Hey Bills Mafia, welcome to my channel, Bills News Consolidated. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at all the available free agent wide receivers for the Buffalo Bills now that we know that Jamison Crowder is out for the season with a broken ankle. Now I know some of you might be like, wait, we got Khalil Shakir, but I have proof as to why Sean McDermott, Brandon Beane are definitely going to be eyeing up an available free agent. Just for a comparison, we need to compare Gabe Davis and how he was used his rookie season to Khalil Shakir and how we plan to use him. And we've heard all the coaches on the Buffalo Bills state that they are making these players learn every single position. As rookies, we are putting so much on the plate of Gabe Davis, of Khalil Shakir, having to learn the X, Y, and Z. You can see how Gabe Davis was used his rookie year with the Buffalo Bills. And look, he only started in 3 games, had 8 receptions for 14 targets and 138 yards, and he did have 1 receiving touchdowns. But again, only 14 targets to Gabe Davis his rookie year. Gabe Davis, a 4th round pick, compared to Khalil Shakir, who is a 5th round pick, also being taxed with learning the X, Y, and Z in every position on this team. How can we safely rely on Khalil Shakir? There's reason to believe that Sean McDermott and Brandon Beane want to have a veteran-savvy wide receiver there for Josh Allen. And look at years past. The fact that we brought in a Jamison Crowder, the fact that we brought in a John Brown or Cole Beasley or Stephon Diggs, I personally don't think the Bills feel comfortable relying on a rookie wide receiver for the rest of the season. Before we take a look at all the available wide receivers, we have to understand what the Bills are actually looking for. Jamison Crowder is hurt, Isaiah McKenzie in concussion protocol, Jay Kumerow dealing with an ankle injury. This opens up the door for not only a slot wide receiver, but also a perimeter wide receiver or a wide receiver that can play both. And we all know the Buffalo Bills covet players with multiple skill sets and multiple roles. They were previously cross-trained in the NFL playing perimeter and slot. I think that is what the Bills are looking for. The first 2 wide receivers I want to take a look at are more physical type wide receivers, but also have time playing on the perimeter and also the slot. Mohamed Sanu is 6'1", 211 pounds. He's definitely up in age, 33 years old, but talk about high pointing that football. He's got good hops, he's got good jump, but his speed is only 4.67. When looking at his stats, you guys could see that Mohamed Sanu, past several seasons, has been getting snap counts at the slot. So in 2018, he had a 62% snap count in the slot, 2019, 51%, in 2020, 25%, and then in 2021, he had another 64% snap count. We see that with older veteran wide receivers, they kind of transition to the slot. Sanu had 24 targets in 2021, 15 receptions, 177 yards, and no receiving touchdown. Isaiah Ford is another stronger physical wide receiver that could help out with the blocking in the slot, but also can play on the outside. He's a little bit slower, ran a 4.6140, 6'1", 194 pounds. Once again, not a lot of targets for Isaiah Ford last year, but 16 targets, 12 receptions, 161 yards, and 2 receiving touchdowns. Ford is 26 years old. He's a little bit younger. I don't know how much we can really technically call him a savvy veteran. I think there is some development that needs to go on with Ford. Another player that needs to continue to develop would be Will Fuller. Will Fuller is 28 years old. Did actually really well back in 2020 and also 2019, but fell off ever since the Miami Dolphins signed him. He's 6'1", extremely fast, ran a 4.3. You can see ever since he's been in the NFL, he does have a high snap count in the slot. 2017, he had a 10%, 2018, 21%, 2019, 26%, and 2020, 17%. Will Fuller's been kind of non-existent since 2020, but in 2020, he had 11 game starts. He had 75 targets, 53 receptions, 879 yards, and 8 receiving touchdowns. We're looking at a wide receiver that can play slot, play on the perimeter, and also maybe help out with this red zone where Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills have statistically struggled so far in 2022. Will Fuller catching 8 receiving touchdowns back in 2020's no joke. Now we're starting to get a little bit better and better here with the wide receivers. T.Y. Hilton, another savvy veteran wide receiver out there at 32 years old. He's 5'9", has a lot of slot experience, has a lot of perimeter experience, was one of the best wide receivers in his time. T.Y. Hilton once ran a 4.39 40, and he's still been fairly productive. In 2021, he started in 10 games, 37 targets, had 23 receptions, 331 yards, and 3 receiving touchdowns. You can see the snap count kind of go up in the slot position as T.Y. Hilton has gotten older. Since 2017, he's really started to perfect the slot. almost a 15% snap count in 2017. 2018, he had a 16%. 2019, it was 18%. 2020, it was 13%. In 2021, it was 17%. T.Y. Hilton fits the same mold as Jamison Crowder, and I think they kind of have the same skill set, but are we still looking for that skill set? Maybe we want a wide receiver to potentially help out with this run game. Plus, knowing that Isaiah McKenzie is still there for the Bills, and he still continues to develop his rapport with Josh Allen. Next on the list here is DeSean Jackson, once one of the fastest wide receivers in the NFL, 5'10", 175 pounds. He is up in age, 35 years old. Once ran a 4.35 40, was still somewhat productive in 2021, played in 16 games, had 34 targets, only 20 receptions, 454 receiving yards, and 2 receiving touchdowns. Jackson really started playing in the slot in 2017 as well. He had an 11% snap count in the slot. In 2018, a 13%, 2019, 32%, 2020, 13%, and in 2021, 16%. To me, Deshaun Watson really relied on his speed, and knowing that he's getting up in age, he's definitely not as fast as he once was. So therefore, defenses don't really respect Deshaun Watson in the speed. That was one key element to his game. But over time, he has been more of a crafty route runner. Plus, the media doesn't follow DeSean Jackson like my next guy, Odell Beckham. Odell Beckham has been in talks with the Buffalo Bills and also Von Miller trying to become a Buffalo Bill ever since this season started. Now, with the loss of Jamison Crowder, it makes all the more sense to bring in a veteran-savvy Odell Beckham, who was also productive in 2021 with the Super Bowl champion LA Rams and Von Miller. Odell Beckham is 29 years old. He's 5'11", once ran a 4.43 40. He's still fast and still producing in the NFL. Last year, played in 14 games, had 82 targets, 44 receptions, 537 yards, and 5 receiving touchdowns. Clearly the best stats out of all the wide receivers, available free agent wide receivers. And are we concerned about his snap counts in the slot? We shouldn't be, because in 2018, Odell Beckham has started playing slot. 20% snap count in slot in 2018. 2019, he had a 14%. In 2020, it was 10%. And in 2021, last year, he had a 13% snap count in the slot. We are expecting Jamison Crowder to stay healthy all season to develop with Josh Allen to eventually become a premier duo. It's super unfortunate that Jamison Crowder went down, but I believe it's still early enough in the season for the Buffalo Bills to make a move for an available free agent. Depending on rookie Khalil Shakir really doesn't make sense when you compare him to Gabe Davis. A lot of comparisons with coaches saying that Khalil Shakir and Gabe Davis, their rookie years mirrored the same. I'm doubting that the Buffalo Bills feel comfortable relying on a rookie wide receiver the rest of the way. Expect a free agent signing by Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. Help support me in making more videos just like this. I'm going live during games, doing the play-by-plays, releasing long-form and short-form videos. So make sure you like and subscribe. I will check you guys soon. Go Bills. Peace.